Miami, Florida, home of race number 3. Marcus Nelson on pole from Elliott Daly and Jensen Button. Then it's Scotland Rotak, Cyrus Space, Catfish, Alan Lee, Quee, Chiclerc, Tyler Reddick, Zay Lane, Kyle Busch, Andrea Antonelli, Lil Buns, David Camno, Ray Shen, Kyle Larson, Ahmed, Denny Hamlin, Antonio Giovinazzi, Zach Wallace, and iWorld. FEMC should return tomorrow. It's raining quite heavily, as you can see. Trackhouse 1 and 2, followed by Jensen Button and Scotland Rotar. Hopefully this time Trackhouse can win this race. Ross Chastain finally can continue with his full-time commitment in NASCAR, as Trackhouse have found a permanent driver in Elliott Daly. And it's a pretty good thing that he was able to start on the front row alongside his very much more experienced teammate. But with Marcus Nelson on pole position, teammate Elliott Daly alongside, this has all the hallmarks of a great race. All 5 lights go on. And the Miami Prix is green. Very good start from both front row men. Let's see how Daly's going to handle the start. Decides to slot back behind his more experienced teammate. It's still the Trackhouse 1-2. Scotland Rosash skirting along the track. Here comes Jensen Button sending one down the inside. Not quite able to overtake Elliott Daly right in front of him. But now he's got an opportunity. Tries to get past the Trackhouse man. Can he hold on to the position? The more race curbs probably helping him with acceleration, but it is a lot more wet because a lot less rubber is placed down there. But it is still a Trackhouse 1-2. Nelson from Daly from Button. Here comes Daly, sending it down the inside. Can he make the overtake? Not quite. Can the 38 driver? And in fact, you know what? Jensen Button looking for a way to get past. How have they kept it out of the wall? That's absolutely amazing how they've managed to not have contact. Button and Catfish now fighting over 3rd position. It's only the opening lap, guys. You don't have to be this insane. There's still moves happening all throughout the field. Take a look at Antonelli dropping to 14th position, as now Quee currently in 9th with Tyler Reddick right behind. And as you can see, as even Kyle Busch going for a position. Marcus Nelson setting a fastest first sector of anyone, with Elliott Daly in 2nd and Catfish in 3rd. The Malaysian driver still trying to fight the British man in the number 65 Power Motorsports car. And he has dropped off the back. Scotland Rotak, the man in 5th, looking for a way to get past as Jensen not quite able to do it. No attack mode available as it is unbelievably wet out there. Denny Hamlin still at the back of the pack, but we could see a change for position between the 2 Trackhouse drivers. They lead the field by 2 seconds. There goes Elliott Daly up into the race lead in only his 1st race in this championship. Not quite able to keep the position yet. His teammate in front of him has the fastest lap. It is mainly that back straight, the 3rd and final sector, where it all just seems to unravel if you've made the overtake earlier on. So of course Daly using this opportunity, and in the number 38 car in only his 1st start, Elliott Daly takes the lead of the Miami E-Prix from Marcus Nelson and Jensen Button. iWorld up in 16th compared to where he started. Quee down to 10th. Tyler Reddick getting past fastest lap, going to Elliott Daly. It's a 1:22 second lap time. Brilliant stuff from Dell and Nell. I can't make that joke. But now on board Catfish, closing in on Jensen Button, doing a very good job in the yellow bathtub known as the Penske number 2 car. Scotland Rotar right behind him and trying to find a way past, as Ahmed for Van Amsport Racing down in 20th position. Just a reminder, this technically isn't the feeder category, because as you can see, Marcus Nelson looking to the inside line, sends it down, almost hits his teammates. Still, the two Trackhouse drivers fighting unbelievably and caution going to the wind rather. But still, Nelson looking to keep himself ahead of his less experienced teammates, as into the wall has just gone Lil Bonds. He's lost part of his front wing, has the Apex Pinnacle driver. We are receiving news, however, that the FEMC division of Pinnacle, that being Aurelio Pinnacle, they might have something up their sleeves when it comes to the powertrain department. But of course, this isn't exactly a feeder series, as Jensen Button almost passed Elliot Daly. He could use some slipstream from his teammate. He's got the inside line instead. Can the Trackhouse driver keep it in front? And look at that. Jensen Button having to hold on to third and can't even do that because Catfish up into third position. And now all over the back of Elliot Daly. Fast lap is still with Elliot. But again, this is just the feeder series. Is incorrect to say it is a lower speed category. It's the Xfinity series for the FEMC, the Formula G series. But still looking with Catfish. He's looking to the inside line of Elliot Daly. Can he make the move stick? He's not quite holding up the position. Button was looking to try and get past him. Almost the wall for Jensen Button and for Catfish there. They're still alongside each other on board the Scarlet Watch. As you can see, Cyrus Space looking to try and get past. These are critical corners for this race, and someone's gone off further back. Not Denny Hamlin. Presumably, it's Ahmed who has lost part of his front wing. And that's why there were yellow flags down there. Catfish has gone his way past Elliot Daly, and that stronghold defense of second position looks to have almost come to an end. He could have tried to go down the inside, but here comes Scotland Rotash. Can he take third? Not quite. Iworld setting a fastest lap of the E3 in 11th position. Scotland Rotash takes third position from Elliot Daly. Ahead of the Trackhouse, number 38 goes to 71. Ahmed, his teammate, comes in. New winters and front wing going on. Elliot Daly, currently the man in third position. He's trying his best to keep in touch with Catfish. But Marcus Nelson is still leading this race. My brother's playing with some RCs. That's the weird noise you can hear in the background if you can. But Jensen Button, look at that. We've got this massive dogfight for third. And into the wall has just gone Scarlett Rotak. Lil Bon's got a faster sector there. An entire second faster. But Rotak has lost part of his front wing. And will no doubt about that have to come into the pits at the end of this lap. Basically ruining his race and chances at a podium. Tyler Reddick for 2311, basically being the only good thing. 2311, Scott going for it, 3 wide through that turn. How have they managed that? How are they doing this? 3 wide, Alan Lee to 6th position. And into the pits does come Scarlett Rotak, not for slicks, with 8 laps left to run. Marcus Nelson still leading this race. After starting on pole, this should be Marcus's race to lose. And that's the power of a Formula E Monoposto champion currently racing in this championship. Every driver who's come from the FEMC into this championship is a race winner. They have won a race. Nelson has won so many times that he's a champion. Alan Lee has won, just not as often as many would think. But as you can see, looking back with Marcus Nelson, he's put some distance between him and the Team Penske man behind him. Leclerc and Iworld. Oh, look at this fight for 7th, maybe even 6th position. Yes, Alan Lee and Leclerc fighting over it. They were side by side. It's the 2 hyperdrives, and into the wall has gone the Monegasque man. And he's just about kept his wheels spinning. He hits the wall nose first. But he's still in this race, but only just. It looks like he must have been T-boned in the side pod because he's not got attack mode. He's not got a tack charge rather to use. Half race distance. There's no rain falling. There's no sign of the rain stopping to fall, unfortunately. And I do believe that Leclerc should be coming in if he hasn't already. Where is Leclerc? Is he still on track? He's still on track, but he's not going to be able to use any attack charge. He's not going to be able to regen because he has to pit. And the next time he pits, the car will be completely repaired. As Ray Shen fighting with Zaylane here over 13th position. The battle between drivers of whom I can barely even remember their names. Sorry, but it's true. And the man who, so far in every race, performed so well in that Lenovo Ducati car, but near race's end has always been seen riding the wall. Hopefully for Zaylane, he can just finish. But there goes Denny Hamlin down the inside of the Ducati driver. What is Ray Shen going to do from here? Is he going to look to the inside? Not quite. And that's the wall for Ray Shen, facing the wrong direction. Oh, that's airborne for Shen and Giovinazzi. And that's basically going to be it for him. He drops to the back of the pack. Should still be able to continue in this race if he can get the car pointing in the right direction. Yes, he does. But the yellow flag's still flying back there. Track's been cleared now officially. Here comes Tyler Reddick. There goes Tyler Reddick with Jenson Button. Iwald has decided to come into the pits. And that's because his Inters are losing grip. This is unheard of. Kyle Larson comes into the pits. Seems like these teams are basically latching on to the fact that they should be heading to the end of the race as of now, hoping that rain doesn't stop falling, and in that case, gain a strategical advantage. But Jenson Button still in fourth. Alan Lee fighting with Tyler Reddick on board with Ben Alan Lee sending it down the inside. Almost hitting the wall there. Can he keep it out? Just about, but he's lost fifth. Tries to look down the inside, losing grip. Is probably going to be one of the biggest actions. It's Leclerc out of the E3, and teammate Kui losing his tyre. The two hyperdrive drivers, we can only presume, have collided into the wall. Goes Denny Hamlin, losing his front wing rather. And chaos down in that chicane as well as Leclerc out of this race. And there's big debris down there. If we can go on board with Kyle Larson heading down into it, if we can take a look at the damage, there is a full-ass stray tire down there. Unbelievable, but I do believe Kui should be able to make it to the pits in time. If we can go on board with the hyperdrive driver in the number 99, this is hyperdrive racing's day, completely unraveling in front of their very eyes. He's sticking to the outside. What's the dashboard saying? 38%. He will make it. He'll be the first guy to lose his front tire and still be able to make it into the pits in a long while in this championship. Heck, no, for the first time in this championship, first time in a long while on this channel, as in comes Kui. Hits the wall, however, on turn entry, and is back onto the track. But with basically no real hope of scoring points today, Marcus Nelson still leading the way from Catfish and new teammate Elliot Daly, the American number 38 man, wanted to drive in the number 1 as Kyle Busch into the wall for Ocampo Motorsport. And I was almost sure that was going to be a T-bone. He's gone airborne as Kyle Busch. He's facing the right direction, but I don't think that was the way he would have wanted that to happen. Has he received damage? Not too much, at least from what you can see, but it's still quite big. And I think it's dry now because the top guys are coming in. Taking a look at Elliot Daly, his teammate, into the pits. Marcus Nelson's gone onto softs. That's triggered it. We are definitely in dry weather conditions. Daly and Catfish are on hard tyres. My goodness, that's going to be one of the gambles for the ages. What's Reddit going to go on to? Mediums going on to the 2311 car. Yellow's in the third and final sector. Not too sure who that's for. Must have been someone ripping one of the walls. Not too sure who. We go on board with Quee. Cyrus Space is also on the hards. However, the hard tires don't actually seem to be that bad. And the current configuration of them, attack mode, is officially online. In comes Quee, going on to soft compound tires. iWorld also on the hards. The benefit you get from the hards is you know you're going to the end of the race. The issue is that, how can I put this? Your speed is not. You do not have speed with the hard tires. The gap that Catfish and Deli have to Jensen Button shouldn't be surmountable as it stands. But, of course, anything can and has happened in this championship, in championships, in fact. I mean, take a look to London in season 18 of the FEMC, just gone by. Revo looked like he had it won, and then the last lap happened. Last turn of the last lap, and boom, he doesn't have a championship anymore. Giovinazzi keeping himself ahead of Denny Hamlin on board of the Revolution Racing Man in number 15. The thing about the soft tire runners is 84%. They're going to end this lap around 80%. Marcus Nelson's already on 70. And he's only been on these tires for a lap and a half. There is no way that these tires are going to last for the full distance. Someone's probably going to stretch it, and that someone's probably going to crash out of this race. As Kyle Busch has set a fastest sector, Lil Bun still has the fastest lap of the E3. Ben Allen Lee with the fastest first sector of anyone. Giovinazzi and Hamlin still duking it out over a 19th position. Marcus Nelson setting a fastest second sector of anyone, trying to rip the fastest lap of the E3 away from Lil Buns' hands. Catfish setting a fastest second sector of anybody. Button in P3 taking a look at him. And there isn't really that many battles going on around the field. If you take a look at everything, I think it's mainly just Lil Buns trying to close in on Kyle Busch. But apart from that, highest position battle is the fight for 11th between iWorld, Kyle Larson, and to a lesser extent, Zach Wallace, as Elliot Deli sets a new fastest lap of the E3 of 1:19.216. As here comes Wallace ahead of Kyle Larson, he tries to pull ahead. Can he make the pass stick? Does he even go for iWorld? He sends it on iWorld. Can he hold on to the position? Yes, he can. Brilliant stuff from the Lenovo Ducati driver, but still, iWorld with him. iWorld retakes 11th. And that's the strength of his resolve. Wallace sets a new fastest lap of 1:18.916. Camino looking to try and get past. Ray Shen comes into the pits alongside Antonio Giovinazzi. And look at that, 54% tire wear. Yellow's in the first sector, and it's Marcus Nelson, race leader. Marcus Nelson. Catfish will inherit the race lead. No, not yet. There are still yellows in that second sector. But look at that. He's lost his front tire. He needs the pit. Button also in the wall. Similar scenario to Marcus Nelson. There are still yellows. And it looks like Elliot Deli now being held up by his own teammate. Catfish takes the lead. Deli up to P2. Tyler Reddick might be able to get past. Kyle Busch will be the next man to come up to the spot of the track. And he runs over debris. Front wing being shot up into that part of the track. As, Scullin Rotak also facing issues there. Massive crash for Rotak. Out of the race, he's gone. As Kyle Larson, this is ugly. There's no other word for it. This is just not what we want to see. This is just absolutely chaotic. So many drivers in an incident. Can Marcus Nelson make his way to the pits? Wallace Jensen Buttons saying 31%. I hope he'll make it to the pits. 9%. Can he do it? This is the real race we're looking at. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. He pulls into pit lane and is out. They're performing the pit stop on a car that's out of the race. What? What have I just seen? This is goofy as hell. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This guy, what the hell just happened there? Catfish now leads the way from Elliot Deli, Tyler Reddick, and Lil Buns. I don't have words. I do my best when I'm commentating on races like this to give my own insight and genuine thoughts and feelings on these races, but the chain of events that has just happened there, I have no words. Goofy as hell. As into the wall goes Tyler Reddick, losing his front wing. Lil Buns coming up into the chicane. Even the medium tires beginning to fall off a cliff. The virtual safety car ending at the end of this lap. We go back racing. Lil Buns into the wall, loses his front wing. Hits the second wall. Nose on. Buns still in this race. Cyrus Space is coming through here with the yellow flags. We're on to the final lap of this E-Prix. iWorld in 7th with Kyle Busch in 8th. It is still Catfish leading this E-Prix. That's massive from David Camino. Yellow flags in the second sector. Now probably carry through into the third for David. That's Denny Hamlin also in. Oh, God! He's just been punted by Shen and Kui. That's created a bit of a blockade there. But now, the race leader coming into the chicane, just about keeping it out of the wall, gets past Hamlin. It'll be Catfish today. After this, the goofiest artist of E-Prix. The first 3 rounds of the FG series are gonna be completed in a fashion of which, well, no other championship I've ever run will ever end in. Still yellows down there for Tyler Reddick, but Catfish will come home to win the Miami E-Prix from Elliot Deli. And can Alan Lee? Will Ben Alan Lee take third? Almost! Yellow's in the second sector, preventing him from getting past Tyler Reddick. Come on, you've got this, but not anymore. Lil Buns is out of this race. And we will end this race under the full course yellow. Out of this race has gone... No, Camino's still in this. Dashboard was saying 0, but unlike Marcus Nelson, still able to continue. Genuinely, what the hell? Oh, that's Giovinazzi in the wall with front tire damage. Almost got rammed by Zane. Anything gonna happen here as well? His teammate coming through, and both Revolution cars! Tailbone there. Oh, upside down for Kyle Larson. Oh dear. That's a big crash for Kyle. Oh my God. That's massive. Virtual safety car is ending then. But never mind, Ray Shen out. And Giovinazzi probably also out of this race. This is barely even a race. The race ended literal minutes ago. Why are you still in this race? And why are you still wrecking? 16, 15, 14. For Giovinazzi now, he has to try and make it over the line. I don't think he can do it. He's at 10% now, and he's not at the final turn. Come on, Antonio. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And he has not made it in time to the line. He is out of this race. Camino will be 14th. Retires on pit entry. Oh my, what the hell happened? But Catfish wins a race that seemingly nobody wanted to finish from Elliot Deli and Tyler Reddick. Their top 3. Following them is Alan Lee, Cyrus Space, Ika iWorld, Kyle Busch, Zay Lane, Ahmed, Zach Wallace, Andrea Antonelli, O'Quee, Denny Hamlin, and David Camino, with the rest of your runners not finishing, those being Antonio Giovinazzi, Kyle Larson, who had an awful flip. We have to confirm whether or not he's all right. And it's Ray Shen, Lil Buns, Marcus Nelson, Jensen Button, Scarlett Rotak, and Lawless Leclerc. In the driver standings, considering that he also has the points from Ross Chastain, it's no surprise to see that Elliot Delly is your championship leader from Catfish and Jensen Button. Then it's Tyler Reddick, Kui, Ray Shen, Ahmed, Zach Wallace, Ika Iworld, Lawless Leclerc, Denny Hamlin, Ben Allen Lee, Sarah Space, Kyle Busch, Antonio Giovinazzi, Lil Buns, and Zay Lane, the last of your point scorers, with the rest of your drivers not yet scoring any points. In the constructors' standings, heading into the San Marino E3, Team Penske leads the way from Hyperdrive FG and Trackhouse Racing. Then it's 2311 Racing, Power Motorsports, Lenovo Ducati, Apex Pinnacle, Komatsu Sims FG, VAR, Ocampo Racing Team, and Revolution Racing. We'll see you guys next time then for what I sincerely hope this time to be a much cleaner, softer, and more normal race in Emilia Romagna and San Marino. We'll see you.